So, this Murli is a special Murli. In this Murli, although the title is about becoming a soul with unlimited disinterest, but mainly Baba is emphasizing on how we need to let go of I and mine. Because Baba is saying that when there is I and mine, me and mine, then there is no father. Baba is using two words, Bap or Pap. Where there is the father, then there is no Pap, that means no sin. But if there is Pap, that means there is sin happening, that means at that time there is no father. So when we forget Baba, we become influenced by me and mine, body consciousness, then we tend to commit sins. So Baba is asking us to let go of me and mine and always be with Baba. So let's listen to this Murli of 3rd of April. Let me share this screen with you. So the Murli, the date of the Murli is 3rd of April 1991. And the title of this Murli is Get Free from All Limited Desires and Become a Soul with Unlimited Disinterest. Today, all the children have reached their corporeal sweet home of Madhuban, where a spiritual meeting between Baba and the children takes place, and where the gathering for that meeting takes place in order to celebrate the meeting after a kalpa. All the children have come into the gathering for the meeting. So Baba is saying that children have come to meet Baba. This gathering for a meeting between the father and the children only takes place at the confluence age and only takes place in Madhuban. This is why you have come running and reached Madhuban. Madhuban enables a meeting to take place with Bap Dada in the corporeal form, and together with that, through easy remembrance, it enables the Avyakt meeting. Because the land of Madhuban has received the blessing to give the experience of a spiritual meeting in the corporeal form. So, the land of Madhuban is the land of blessings, the land of transformation, the land of realization, the land to make the promises. So, it's a special land because Baba comes in that land. So because it is the land that has received the blessing, it gives an easy experience of the meeting. So at no other place, so there is easy remembrance, easy experience of Baba there. So at no other place does the meeting between the ocean of knowledge and the rivers of knowledge takes place. So meeting is between the ocean of knowledge and the rivers of knowledge. Let me reduce it a little bit. So Baba says, this is the only place for a meeting between the ocean and the rivers. You have come to such a great land that has received blessings. You think this, do you not? During the year of Tapasya, it is especially those children who are celebrating the meeting for the first time in this kalpa who are being given a golden chance. So that was the year of tapasya. And Baba was telling that this is the time for the first timers to come and experience the golden chance. So how lucky you are. Are you lucky? Baba is asking them. At the beginning of tapasya, the new children have received extra power. This power that has been given at the beginning will become cooperative in the future to enable you to move forward. Right? So everyone gets the power, but new ones, they get extra power from Baba, so that in the future they can move forward. The drama has also given cooperation to the new children to enable them to move forward. This is why you will not be able to complain saying, "We came later." So this is a very common complaint by the new children of Baba. So Baba is saying that Baba is giving you extra power, so you should not have any kind of complaints from Baba. So we came later, no? Don't complain like that. No, the year of tapasya has also been given a special blessing. During the year of tapasya, you have the right and have been given a chance to come to the land of blessings. This extra fortune is not little. You, the new children, have specially been given 3 blessings for the year of coming to the land of Madhuban and for your effort. So Baba was telling them that they have got 3 blessings. Maybe one blessing is about becoming Baba's children, and the next blessing was about coming to the land of Madhuban. And the third blessing was about the kind of effort that they were making. So Baba is saying, how lucky you are. Keep the intoxication of the eternal fortune with you. So we all are eternally fortunate souls. So it shouldn't be with you just whilst you are here, but Baba is eternal. You, the elevated souls, are eternal, and your fortune is eternal. So we are eternal souls, Baba is eternal, and our fortune is also eternal, because we are going to create the same fortune every kalpa, every cycle. So that is also eternal. So to keep the eternal fortune eternal is simply a question of paying attention. Not the attention with tension, but easy attention. So Baba is saying, many times Baba says, you should not have the tension of paying attention. I have to pay attention, I have to pay attention. So you take more tension. But Baba is telling us, be easy, have easy attention, be attentive, but in an easy way. There should not be any stress that I have to pay attention, not like that. Then what is difficult? You have recognized my Baba, but have you accepted him? Or have you just recognized him? So Baba always uses 3 words in Hindi: janana, pehchanana, or manana. So first we come to know about Baba. We get the introduction of Baba, and then we recognize him, and then we accept him. So Baba is asking, have you just recognized him? And after accepting him, we make him belong to us. So janana, manana, apna banana. So have you just recognized him? You have accepted him also. Have you not? You have recognized him. You have accepted him. You have experienced him. You have claimed the right. So what is difficult? So this is the most difficult thing, to recognize Baba. And Baba is saying you have already recognized him, accepted him, experienced him. So now what is the difficulty? There should constantly be the experience. Only my Baba. My Baba. This is full knowledge. The whole knowledge from the beginning through the middle until the end is merged in the word Baba. Because Baba is the seed and the whole tree is merged in the seed. So Baba is the seed, just like in any seed, physical seed, there is the knowledge of the entire tree, that physical tree. So just like that, Baba is the seed of the human world tree, and he has the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. So Baba is telling us that he is the seed and the whole tree is merged in the seed. It is possible to forget the expansion, but it is not difficult to remember the essence in the word Baba. Do you find it difficult? Baba is asking. It should always be easy. It shouldn't be sometimes difficult and sometimes easy, but it should always be easy. Baba tells us to delete this word sometimes from our dictionary. And Baba emphasizes on this word always. So it's always, it should always be easy. Is Baba always yours, or is he yours only sometimes? If Baba is always yours, remembrance should also always be easy. It is not a difficult thing. So we have to say my Baba from our hearts, deep from inside. If we have Baba in our awareness, Baba in our hearts, Baba is always with us, then remembrance, Baba says, then it's easy. Baba is always yours, my Baba. So we should not say just Baba, but my Baba. So that way there will be this feeling of belonging to Baba. Then there will be easy remembrance. So God said to you, you are mine. And you said in return, you are mine. So then what is difficult? This is why the new children especially can go further ahead, because there is still a chance to move forward. As yet, the bugles for the final completion have not been played. Therefore, fly and inspire others to fly. Baba is giving the direction. Keep flying and also inspire others to fly. For this, the method is, so what is the method so that we constantly fly? Method is to save waste. Continue to accumulate in the savings account, because for 63 births you have not been saving, but you have been wasting. So much wastage. And Baba is telling us what we wasted in so many births. Baba says all accounts have been finished by wasting them. You wasted the treasure of breath. You wasted the treasure of thought. You also wasted the treasure of time, the treasure of virtues, the treasure of powers, and you also wasted the treasure of Gyan. So much wastage we did. You became so empty. So all of this happened because we forgot. We forgot that we are so rich. We forgot our original identity. So because of body consciousness, we lost everything. We wasted everything. So you became so empty. So now you have to accumulate in all these accounts. So whatever we wasted, Baba is telling us that now is the time for you to accumulate. So the time to accumulate in them is now. You are also receiving an easy method from Baba to accumulate in them. So now Baba is telling us how to accumulate. Perishable treasures run out and decrease as you spend them. Whereas Baba says, whereas the more you use all these treasures for the self and for others with a pure attitude, the more they will increase and accumulate. So we have to keep using, right? If we don't use, then we lose. Just like in the physical body, if we don't use any particular group of muscles. For example, if someone is bedridden for a long time if that person has not been using the muscles, leg muscles, then what will happen? Those muscles will become weak. The person will not even able to stand and walk. So it's very important to keep using. So that's what Baba is saying, that you keep using. The more you use these treasures for the self and for others with a pure attitude. And how are we using? That also matters. There has to be pure attitude, pure wish. That means as we are using our treasures, we have to hold this thought in our awareness, hold this pure feeling in our awareness that may this treasure benefit this person, may this treasure, benefit the soul in many different ways. So with that attitude, with this attitude that this soul is my brother, this soul is the child of God. So with that brotherly vision, with that pure attitude, we have to use the treasures. So the more you use all these treasures for the self and for others with a pure attitude, the more they will increase and accumulate. You have to make use of these treasures. The method to accumulate these is to use them at the time of need, and then they will grow. If we use them whenever needed, at that time we have to use them. For example, if someone is wanting love, at that time we have to give them love. If at that time we give them knowledge, so it's not going to work. So whatever the soul needs at that time, we have to give them that. Because, when we give them what the soul needs, then we will receive blessings from that soul. And those blessings will actually help us accumulate more and more, because blessings are also treasures. One of the treasures, very important treasures at this time of the conference age, is the treasure of blessings. And we can receive those treasures of blessings only when we give the souls what they really are looking for. So just as you make use of knowledge, in the same way, the more you use the virtues and the powers, the more they will increase. Sunday's Murli Baba had said that you have to use your mind, your words and actions, all three together, to serve the souls. So not just words, not just the knowledge, but we have to give the souls the power, use the mind to give them the power. and through our actions, through our behaviors. Now we have to give them love. So virtues, powers, knowledge, all together, the whole package we have to deliver to them. So this is how we can really earn blessings from them. So don't think that they should be kept in a locker. Think, I have many virtues, I have power. Don't start to lock them up, use them. Because these treasures, they are gifts from Baba. So if someone gives us any gift, and if we start using that gift, then that person feels good. That yes, this person is making the best use of the gift. So then that person's blessings, again we get the blessings from that person. So just like that, Baba has given us all these treasures, so we need to use the treasures. The more we use the treasures, the more blessings we will get from Baba and from everyone else. So do you understand the method for accumulation? Baba is asking. It is to make use of them. Use them for yourself, otherwise you will lose them. Use or lose. Some children say, all the treasures are merged in me. But what is the sign of them being merged? How will you know? So Baba says the sign of them being merged and accumulated is that they are useful to the self and to others at a time of need. If they are not being used, yet you say you have accumulated a lot, and then this is not the accurate method for accumulating. Therefore, if the method is not accurate, you will not be able to achieve the result of becoming perfect on time. You will be deceived. Baba always uses, two rhyming words in Hindi. Riddhi and Siddhi. Vidhi and Siddhi. Vidhi means the method and Siddhi means the success. So if we use the right method, then we will definitely get the right results. Otherwise, Baba says you will be deceived. There will not be success. Make use of the virtues and make use of the powers, and they will increase. So, adopt the method of saving, the method of increasing, and the method of accumulating. Then you will see that the account of waste will have been transformed and everything will be used in a worthwhile way. On the path of bhakti, there is a system of physical wealth being given in donation or used in a worthwhile way so that it increases. Even in bhakti, in order to make people use it in a worthwhile way, they increase their zeal and enthusiasm. During the year of tapasya, you also must not just check whether there was waste or not. Waste is a different thing from checking to see how many of the treasures that Baba just told you about were used in a worthwhile way. So on one hand, we have to check if we are wasting the treasures, and on the other hand, we also have to see how much we are accumulating. So it's like in the physical bank, how much you are taking out and how much you are putting in, right? So that is how we will know what we have in our inner bank. So the virtues are a gift from the Father. Do not make a mistake even in dreams, saying my virtues, my powers. So this is what Baba is emphasizing. If you think it's my, I, mine, all of this is going to bring ego in you. So do not make a mistake even in dreams saying, my virtues, my powers, these are a gift from the Father, the gift from God. It is a great sin to consider the gift from God to be yours. Many times, many children think and speak in ordinary language. My virtue is not being used, or I have this power, but it is not being used. My intellect is very good, but it is not being used. How is it yours? How is it yours? Baba is asking. To say mine means to make it dirty. So we are dirtying it by saying mine. Even in bhakti, this teaching was given for 63 birds. Don't say mine, say yours. Even on the path of devotion, they say like that. Everything belongs to God. So everything is yours. But you did not do it on the path of knowledge also. To say yours, but to consider it to be mine is cheating, and it will not do. Therefore, to consider the holy offering from God to be yours means to be arrogant and disrespectful. Don't ever forget the word Baba. Baba has given power. Baba has given the intellect. So this month is the month of Mama. So Mama would always say, whenever Mama would be appreciated or praised, that wow, Mama, you did this class, you did such great thing, you did such a great service. She would always say Baba. Baba ne karaya. It is Baba who did everything. So she would never take anything upon herself. So that's what Baba is saying. Baba has given power. Baba has given the intellect. It is Baba's task. It is Baba's center. And all these things are Baba's. So don't think this is my center. I created the center, so I have a right to it. Where did yours come from? Is it yours? Have you carefully kept a bundle aside? Many children show such intoxication. I built the building for the center, so I have a right to it. But whose center did you build? It is Baba's center, is it not? If you have surrendered it to Baba, how can it be yours? How can there be mine? Is it mine? Is it a little bit? Be careful when the intellect turns. You say this is mine anyway. By saying mine, mine, you dirtied it. It will be dirtied again. Do you remember the first promise you made to Baba for your Brahmin life when you became a Brahmin? What is that promise? Baba is asking. Have the new ones made it or only the old ones? The new ones have now also come as the old ones did. You have come after completing the form about having faith in the intellect, have you not? So whoever new would come to Madhuban, they would be asked to fill the form about whether they have faith in the intellect, faith in Baba or not. So that's why what Baba is telling us, that they have also come having faith in the intellect. So you have not come weak. So everyone's first promise was mind, body, intellect, wealth are yours. Right? Everything belongs to Baba. That feeling of surrender. So this is the first promise that everyone makes. Mind, body, intellect, and wealth are yours. Did you make this promise, or is there someone who did not make it? Those who did not make it, raise your hand. If you are going to make it now, raise your hand. Are you making it now? You have made it. Acha, this doesn't matter either. You did not make it before, but raise your hand if you are making it now. Those who think something has to be kept aside for the future, and so how can everything be given to Baba? Something has to be kept aside, and so you consider this to be a sensible activity. Raise your hand. Do you want to keep anything aside? You are giving it to Baba today. However, be careful. Don't think, who saw us anyway? Who is going to see anyone in such a crowd? Baba has a very clear TV. You cannot be hidden from that. Baba has a big television. So therefore, if you want to keep a little aside after careful consideration, then by all means, keep it. It is good. There should be a little that is mine, that there should be 2 annas or 4 annas from a rupee kept aside. What do the Pandavas think? Should you keep a little aside? Think about it. Think carefully. What do those at the back think? Should you keep a little aside? Those who wish to keep a little, raise your hand now. You will be saved. Otherwise, later you will see this time, this gathering, and you're nodding. Never let there be the consciousness of mine. When you say Bap, Father, Pap finishes, sin finishes. When you do not say Bap, it becomes Pap. When you become influenced by sin, your intellect doesn't work. Right? Body consciousness comes in, then the intellect stops working. So no matter how much someone tries to explain to you, you say, no, this is right. This has to happen. This has to be done. So intellect stops working then. Nothing enters the intellect. They're not ready to accept anything. They think that they are right. So Baba feels mercy because at that time you are under the influence of sin. Baba is forgotten and sin comes. So when Baba is forgotten, then the sin comes. Because you are under the influence of sin, you do not understand what you are doing and saying. Always remain in the consciousness of knowledge. Don't come under the force of sin. So knowledge is our protection. Baba is our protection. Because knowledge is our weapon. Right? So if we keep the weapon with us, then if even Maya comes, we will destroy it because we have the weapon of knowledge. But if we lose the weapon, then we won't be protected. So Baba is saying that you always remain in the consciousness of knowledge, because if we remember knowledge, then we also remember Baba, because knowledge is coming from Baba. So in between this wave comes in. This is the wave of Maya. So new ones should remain safe from it. Don't be caught up in these matters. Do not go into the consciousness of mind. When souls become a little older, there is a lot of Maya of mind. Since this is not my idea or it is not my intellect, where did my idea come from? So many variety of me and mine comes in. Baba is saying my idea. So where did this my idea come from? So do you understand what the method to accumulate is? Use it in a task and make it successful. Use your godly sanskars in a worthwhile way and the sanskars of waste will go away. When you do not use your godly sanskars for a task, They simply remain in the locker and just the old ones continue to work. It happens like that. Some have the habit of keeping very beautiful things in a bank, or beautiful clothes, or a lot of money also in a cupboard. But they use the old things. So they don't use the new things, they keep using the old stuff. So they have love for the old things. The things in the cupboard simply remain in the cupboard and they will just make do with the old things. So do not do this. Do not continue to use the old sanskars and let the godly sanskars simply remain in the locker of your intellect. So Baba's direction, we have to use them for a task, use them in a worthwhile way. So maintain a chart of how much you use them in a worthwhile way. To use something in a worthwhile way means to save or increase it. Use it in a worthwhile way with your mind, or make it successful through your words, or make it worthwhile through relations and contacts, through actions, through your elevated company, and with your extremely powerful attitude. So how to use, Baba is telling us. Use through your mind, through your words, through relations and connections, through actions, through elevated company, and through extremely powerful attitude. So this is how we have to use the treasures. Do not just think my attitude is always very good, but how much of it was used in a worthwhile way? My sanskars are those of peace anyway, but how much were they put to use in a worthwhile way? By adopting the method of using them in a task, you will easily experience the success of becoming perfect. So Baba wants us to become perfect. To use something in a worthwhile way is the key to success. Do you understand what you have to do? Baba is asking. Do you understand what you have to do? So I think should I stop here? So should I stop here? Rakibel?
Yes, sister.
Yes?
Yes, yes. We
Okay.
can continue the rest tomorrow.
Tomorrow, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. Okay. So, take a moment to remember Baba. Oh, Shanti. So, if anyone wants to share, please go ahead.
Om Shanti. I would like to bring out this reflection that what Baba brought out is use it or lose it. Like that, so many treasures each soul has got. Uh, you know, soul has to realize those treasures to the in the remembrance of Baba and Baba's teachings, and then use them, and so that we don't lose them. In fact, we will be able to accumulate them and also multiply them multifolds. Om Shanti.
Is anyone else?
Um, Second paragraph, Baba says, to the new children, use special powers that's been then seen later when they become cooperative. Can you throw some more light on this part of the Murli, sister? Was I audible?
Yeah. Can you please repeat?
The Baba says to the new children, Baba gives special attention, and then that that particular thing later becomes the children become later cooperative. Can you throw some more? Or can you elaborate on that part of the Murli? I think second paragraph is where Baba starts from there.
Yeah, so let me
It
take
speaks about new children.
new children. Yes. So, because Baba said na, that new children they get extra power because they keep complaining that we came late. So Baba says that I give them extra power, and this power actually helps them to grow. And when they start to experience that we are getting so much power from Baba, then they also feel like cooperating in the yajna. They receive cooperation from Baba, so they also give their cooperation to Baba. So it's about getting from Baba and then giving back to Baba. It's like when we get something from someone, then we also feel like giving back. So Baba is giving them extra power, extra energy. So that's why they are also giving Baba back the cooperation by making more efforts. Baba was appreciating the new children that they are making efforts. So Baba was actually congratulating them that you are making more efforts. And three blessings, right? Baba talked about the three
Yeah.
blessings that this power, the extra power that has been given at the beginning, will become cooperative in the future to enable you to move forward. So this, because see what the power that Baba is giving to the souls, although it feels as if I'm getting the power right now, but it is actually the power is, it stays with us for quite a long period of time. See, when we go to Madhuban every year, for example, just for a few days we go there, but when we come back, it's not like we are we feel depleted. That power stays with us for such a long period of time. And then yes, of course, next year we again feel like going back to Madhuban, because we kind of use up that power, but it stays with us. So little by little we have to accumulate, we have to keep accumulating. So that's what I think Baba was saying, that that you get the power and then you feel that power coming to you even after you go back to your places, and then you feel that power even at that time. And this
Yeah,
power will then
completely.
enable you to move forward, because see, if it use all the power that Baba gives to us at the same time, then we will not be left with anything. So Baba, I think, infuses so much power in every soul in such a way that the soul does not use the power all at the same time. It stays with the soul even after the soul leaves Madhuban.
Yeah, and therefore, because my in the early age of or the early part of I've been in Gyan from 2017. While you were sharing, I was just getting how well the sisters sustained in the initial part. They did not let you fall anywhere, and that still puts on an impression. And wherever we go as instrument, we really want everyone to have the experience. What will happen later, we don't know, but
Hmm.
I always want people to experience Raj Yoga learning, and then they set their path ahead. I think that is what I was getting while you were explaining this. And for me, power stands to the sustenance that you get in the initial part of you entering in Gyan as a child, and that is an impression or the image or whatever you say. It's always left on the heart, and that ripples out.
Right. We have to keep that power, that we receive from Baba. And also, even if you think that, I am becoming low in that power, maybe, those memories, those experiences in Madhuban, they are kind of imprinted in the soul, so that, when you have this kind of moment when you're really feeling low, you can transport yourself to that experience in Madhuban, and that experience that you had will refresh you in that moment, will take you back. Those memories will come back to you and you will feel elated. You will get that kind of high experience, you know. So just remembering about what I had, what kind of experience I had in Madhuban, that is what is going to help you even in the future. So that's why it's important for everyone to go to Madhuban at least once, so that they can hold on to that experience when, at the time of crisis. Yes. Anyone else?
Sister Om Shanti, it is a really controversial, I personally feel at times, when Baba said, your mind, body, intellect, and wealth belongs to Baba. And then he asks repeatedly, do you want to give it all? Do you want to save a little? You know, and uh, at times, it is essentially, I personally, I mean, had I been there in the gathering, I would have thought carefully, and I probably would have left it in one of those settings in one of my hands. Uh, Thinking, Baba says that children will have to stay back at home. They all can't come to Madhuban, and Pandavas will have to work. They can't just be at centers. You know, all this actually kind of situations would sooner or later put one of the Brahmin souls to take different decisions at different points in time, I feel. I mean, had I been a very youngster who would not have seen the world, I'd have probably said, yes, my mind, body, intellect, and wealth is to Baba. Because it is the time where the child would not have known anything. As the child starts, the Pandavas kids start going into the world, uh, they realize that yes, this is what is the world, but they will have to sustain the family as well. At times, they would probably be thinking of keeping 2 or 3 annas away, separate. You know? So I think the answer to this particular kind of a churning, to this particular question, depends upon the stage of the Brahman itself. You know, and probably at a later point in time when nobody would be there around, and that's when at a later point I've seen, elderly brothers. Uh, they usually surrender everything to the center. They simply lead an austere life there, along with the center in charges. So I think it is a stage-based process and not a one-time answer. So any
Yes.
of your changes? Yeah. Thank you. Om Shanti.
There is this connection between love and surrender. If the more love we have for Baba, then automatically that consciousness of surrendering everything to Baba will come to us. I think yesterday's Murli Baba talked about that, about surrender. That so surrender, we have to understand this. That Baba is not asking us to give everything to Baba in that way and just be on the streets and ask for money from others. It's not like that. You have to stay at home. You have to be in the family, but in your mind, in your intellect, you should have this awareness that nothing is mine, everything belongs to Baba. And whenever, whatever is needed at that time, you should be generous hearted in giving to Baba. And when we are generous hearted, then you will see that, Baba does not keep anything. Baba, if you give 10 rupees to Baba, Baba will multiply it 100 times and give back to you. You will get 1,000 rupees. You give 10 rupees, you get 1,000 rupees. You get 100 rupees, you give 100 rupees, you get 10,000 rupees back. We have experimented so many times. You can never win Baba. You can never. Baba is always giving. Baba does not want anything from us. It's just that, the more we give, the more we will be benefited. But Baba is not saying that you give everything. As such, Baba is not going to take all of that. Baba does not need. It's just that Baba was testing how much faith we have and how much attitude of surrender we have towards Baba. And Dadi Prakash Mani, she would always tell that, you should divide whatever you are earning, you should divide it into 3 parts. 1/3, you should keep it for yourself, for your daily sustenance, for, paying your rent and for, day-to-day life, whatever, we need for living. So 1/3 you keep for that. And then 1/3 you give to Baba. And then 1/3 you keep safely for the future as a saving. And that saving is also, if needed, if it is needed in yajna, then you can use that for that purpose as well. So that was Dadi's recommendation. Okay, brother, clear?
Yes, sister. Thank you.
And there is actually one brother, he was sharing, the other day I was listening to that brother and he was sharing how he came to Baba. They were 3 brothers and he did not study properly. So he was like, I think 10th grade. He studied only till 10th grade. And then he became Baba's child and he would do a lot of service, lot of seva at the center. And then his father said that you should do some kind of business because he was not that much educated, so for his living, so his father helped him start a new business. But then he did not have any money. But then he made sure that he then thought of keeping a box at his place where he was doing his business. And he thought that whatever money the customers will come and put in this box, the entire money I'm going to give to Baba. That was his thought. So then, then he started putting money in that. I think he decided that this much money I'm going to put in the, I don't remember the whole story, but he kept a box there. And then what he said that in that box 200 rupees came, so he went and he gave it away to Baba. And then he thought that 200 rupees came. Next day when he opened the box, that multiplied 100 times. So next day he saw in the box there were 2000 rupees, and then 20,000 rupees. So this is how he was kind of earning and earning and earning. Whatever he would give to Baba, it would multiply, multiply, and multiply. And then both his brothers, they were very good in studies, so they were earning quite a bit. But then he because he was depositing and depositing in Baba's bank, Baba's center, so his money got multiplied so many times that he became a multi-millionaire. And then he asked his two brothers to just quit their jobs and come back and help him with this business. And he was very beautifully sharing how Baba was helping him at every step, because he was so generous hearted. He would give everything to Baba. Baba did not keep anything. He was just his money was multiplied, getting multiplied and multiplied and multiplied. So that was such a true story. And he was telling that, I think he was telling that he was in Bombay and he opened a cell phone shop, and his was the only shop where there were maximum purchases. So he was getting a lot of money, because whatever he would bring to the shop, everything would be sold. So maximum shopping people were doing from his shop. So see, this was a beautiful example of how when we give to Baba with so much of generosity, with so much of faith and so much of surrender, then what Baba gives back to us. You cannot even imagine. There is a whole video where he was sharing his experience. So we shared that experience with our group here, and everyone was kind of amazed.
I could kind of resonate to what you mentioned, because during COVID times, it was a lot of challenges that the organization was going through, where I'm working as one of the partners. And we had to actually cut down staff and enroll people to look at things around to manage. And it wasn't easy initially. But the moment we surrendered, both of us who were running the organization, we surrendered. One thing we created is Divine, who's taking care of the organization. It's his work. He will get it done the way he wishes to get it done. And let's just play our part. Where we were thinking that this particular business probably would take some more time now to recover, because we're going through a patch which is very challenging. But by the time we were coming out of COVID, we saw ourselves where we thought nothing would be possible. I think everything got set in that period of time for us, and it was never to look back.
Yeah. Good. Okay, I think we have run out of time. So
Yes, we can move on to a short 1 minute kind of a meditation before we close.
yes, okay. So just let's see ourselves as surrendered souls with this powerful awareness that nothing is mine. Everything belongs to one Baba. Let there be no me and mine. Just my Baba. Let's make ourselves very light with this awareness of my Baba keeps the soul very safe, very light, and very happy. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Kanista sister. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a beautiful day.